Last Minute Man, and we are back on the range. I'm here with my good buddy, Mr. Obvious. Mr. Obvious, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about this nice, sweet little Springfield Ronin today.
Yeah, so another 1911, folks. You know, that's just, we like 1911s, and, you know, nobody sponsors us, so we just buy what we like, and, you know, so you'll see rifles sometimes, pistols others, you know. I like Glocks too, but I almost fanatically collect 1911s, and Mr. Obvious, I think, caught the bug as well.
Yeah.
So
They're hard to beat, I tell you.
so they're just a fun firearm to have, and they are very reliable and very accurate. So Mr. Obvious got this one, and what made you particularly want a Ronin there, Mr. Obvious?
Well, I wanted the biggest bang for the buck, and doing research, the kind of some of the extras that was on the gun for the price, I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go with it. It's a toss up between that and a Kimber.
Yeah.
And I figured both guns is pretty close to being equal. I wouldn't say one's better than the other.
Yeah.
You know, they're great guns, both of them. But if I own one, it's either going to be a Kimber or probably a Springfield.
Yeah,
that's me. But
well, and there's a lot of good manufacturers out there.
yeah, there's a lot of good.
We're actually going to do a review of a Rock Island as well.
Yeah.
But when you're talking sub $1,000,
Yeah.
1911, that is, you know, everything on this is forged. So you got a forged sliding frame. You've got a match barrel in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the money, it's a very, very good 1911.
Yeah.
And I'd say, you know, you can go buy a Wilson Combat and some Ed Browns and things like that and get some very high dollar 1911s that, in my opinion, based on what I have seen over the years, are nicer. Don't get me wrong. You're getting some custom features. But as far as just having a good carry piece that's reliable, and then some people would say, why carry a 1911? I still carry them. But yeah, this is a very reliable piece.
Yeah.
And we just took it out today, fired its first shots. And Mr. Obvious shot it off some sandbags and got a pretty good group. You know, wasn't going to wow you, but at 15 yards, you know, you're shooting about 1.5 inch group.
Yeah, well, I put two in one hole and one
Yeah.
out, maybe about 1 inch.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like maybe about 1 inch.
Okay. So, yeah, it's shooting pretty good. The trigger pull on this out of the box, I was thoroughly impressed, you know, and this is just having a few mags through it.
Just shade over 4 pound, 4.5 pound.
4.2, 4.5, I think, on one. But, yeah, this is I'm thoroughly impressed with it. It, you know, when I was shooting it rapid firing, you know, doing a Mozambique drill, it was putting them right where I looked, you know. So this thing was shooting spot on. One thing I will point out, I typically, on any 1911 I do my own last minute tuning job, we'll call it. So I typically put a little heavier spring in there, and I tune the extractor a little bit and do some just simple things. I wanted to see what this does out of the box, and what I found is it wasn't keeping up with my trigger finger, actually.
Yep.
So I definitely need the heavier spring in there. And I usually shoot a little more stout of a load. We were seeing what it does with just this factory, which actually isn't bad. I mean, we typically get about 830 feet per second out of these when we chronographed them. With our Caldwell chronograph, we know they don't all agree, but that one is consistent. But yeah, so we're definitely, I think, gonna increase your poundage on the spring here, on your recoil spring. Yeah. I love these sights. This sight setup, you want to talk about getting on the target quick. I mean, it's just a quick acquisition on the target. I really like it.
It's almost like using a red dot with that big glowing orange
fiber optic.
Yeah. I just throw it up there and put that orange on my target, squeeze the trigger.
And I really like this saddle style rear sight. Yeah. I really do like that. You can still rack that off a belt, you know, if you wanted to. The serrations on here are very generous. They give you good grip, you know, everything. I mean, this is grippy. I like it. The safety is right where it needs to be. It's got and I'll show a close-up picture. It's got some extra meat on there, so you got a really good purchase on that. That's not going to get hung up on you. I mean, I really like it. If I was going to do anything different to this, and let's talk about that real quick. The Ronin, I think, is a good platform if you're wanting to do a little bit of customization, but you're starting out with really good guts here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would go with probably a metal mainspring housing. I don't know if this is aluminum or plastic. I'm pretty certain that's plastic, though. That's plastic. Mainspring housing, and that's something Kimber does as well.
Yeah.
And that is a cost-cutting thing. I've never seen one fail. You know, I will say that. I've never seen one fail, but I typically throw Wilson Combat mainspring housing on there. I put some Wilson Combat guts in them. I typically have to tune the trigger a little bit on most factory 1911s. Of course, I'm not going to show you how to do that here. There's a lot of experts out there, and there's books on it. And if you're wanting to do it yourself, please research, you know, definitely before you start messing with anything, know what you're doing. But there's nothing really complicated about a 1911. But if I was going to do some different stuff to it, it would be a steel mainspring housing, and I would probably get an extended mag release on there, because I kind of like having an extended mag release. But other than that, I mean, the trigger pull's great. You know, I would like to put a heavier poundage recoil spring in there to give you more, like I said, make that quicker. You know, because it wasn't going into battery as quick as I could pull the trigger.
Yeah, kind of slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. I mean, the only thing I wished it had on it would it really set the gun off a serration up here. For, you know, like it had back here. You know,
do some front strap checker.
Oh gosh, yeah. Then it'd have been awesome.
That really does. Now, my remedy to that, unless you want to get a set of files and try your hand at possibly boogering one up, I put grip tape on them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, grip tape. I mean, that's a beautiful gun. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's tight.
Yeah.
Barrel
it really
is
is
tight. Nothing moves.
Slide to frame fit on this, folks.
It's
and
awesome.
I can sit here and
you ain't gonna hear nothing.
You ain't
rattling.
gonna hear anything rattling. I mean, it is got a very good slide to frame fit. I mean, even with the hammer cocked back, you know, there's no wobble in there. Your hood lock up here, your barrel lock up is very good, you know, and it's accurate. It goes where I point, is where it's sending them. So, you know, it's a little to the left.
Little bit.
I'll
tweak the sights just a shade.
But I really do like this rear sight, and that's something I like to have on all my 1911s. I use a lot of Novak style sights on mine, but I really like this. I like that step up, you know. And of course, the red dots are all the rage these days. So guys want, you know, you can actually get these, I believe, pre-mounted for a red dot. I personally don't like them. And, you know, I'll have different strokes for different folks, and that's why there's variety, because everybody's got an opinion, right? I'm
old school hillbilly, man. I tell you, it just, it's something else in my way. Leave it like it is.
Typically, when I'm using 1911 or when I'm practicing anyway, it's mostly instinctive shooting. So for me, the red dot, obviously, it's going to make you shoot better. You're going to be more consistent if you get used to it. But it's having to, you know, learn a new thing for me. And I don't know. I just do just fine instinctive shooting. I don't miss.
I've already got a red dot on the front of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Point and shoot.
You know, it's like I tell people, I can't sing and dance. I can't play guitar, you know. This is my hobby. I shoot guns, and you know, I shoot them well. So it's you know, for me, a red dot is not something I particularly like, but different strokes for different folks. You know, some people really like it, and I'd say if I had learned with a red dot, I probably would appreciate them more. But over the years, it's just they're bulky, they're adding weight, and I don't really see a benefit. You know, but that's just me. That's just me. Not for everyday use, everyday carry. If I'm going out here shooting pop cans at 40 yards, the red dot's definitely going to give you an advantage. But you know, but that's my 2 cents on that. But anything to add, Mr. Obvious? I mean, this is a very fine firearm, I believe.
No, I think I'm gonna send that through the gun works of
Last Minute Gun Works.
Man Gun Works, and
Yeah.
get it fine tuned and with that extra spring, and
Yeah.
get the extractor. Let you reset that extractor.
Yeah,
on it.
now the extractor from the factory was adequate. I like a little more tension on them, you know, because this is a controlled round feed on a 1911, and I've noticed that can cause malfunctions as it loosens up, you know, as you're shooting. So if it's a little loose from the factory, you might want a little more tension on that. But there was nothing here that was problematic. You know, I'll tell you the name Ronin, and I was telling Mr. Obvious, that's a samurai without a master, or a rebel without a cause, so to speak. You know, so, and I think it stays true to its name. It's kind of like a no frills. Just this is a go to war gun. You know, it's nice, feels good in the hand. It's got everything that you need and none of the things you don't.
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, I think this is a very good value for the money. Of course, you're going to get these. I've seen them as high as $860, $865, but you can get them in the $700 range. And, you know, always wait for a sale, of course. And I think you're getting a lot of gun here for that. You know, and again, Mr. Obvious mentioned, you know, a Kimber would be a competitor to this. You can get Kimber customs and things like that in the same ballpark price wise. And you're getting very similar quality, and they are good. So, I mean, you really can't knock them. And, you know, it's kind of like Ford versus Chevy a little bit. And when you're mass producing something, of course, you can get a lemon from time to time. But you're not, nothing here's a showstopper. This thing came out perfect. I really do like the finish on it. But let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know what other kind of firearms you'd like to see. We can do some more modern stuff. This is just the kind of stuff Mr. Obvious and I are into. We like our 1911s, bolt guns. I do like my ARs, AKs, things like that too.
Yeah.
But this is kind of my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
when I'm buying stuff I don't really need, I buy another 1911. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So, but anything to add, Mr. Obvious?
Nope. We have probably the Rock River up next. Not Rock River,
Island.
Rock Island, and 45 ACP.
Yeah. Just test it out.
Yeah, we might do that next weekend, and see how it performs out of the box.
So, okay, folks, with that, remember, keep your knives sharp, keep your powder dry.
Subscribe to Last Minute Man and watch us on
Rumble!